Howdy, y'all. This is CJ, just coming to let y'all know a little bit of news. If you haven't already heard, the store is open for the season of Halloween, starting from September 1st to November 1st. So if you want to get something, get it now, get it quick, because once November rolls around, it's going away. Maybe you'll get something in time for Christmas if you order now versus waiting until next year. Now, where is this store, you might ask? On our website, rageacrosstheinternet.com.
Coming at you from Scratch and Wolf Studio. It's that time again to Rage Across the Internet. It's your very favorite Werewolf the Apocalypse podcast. As always, I'm your host, Porter. Sitting to the left of me, she is not from a land down under, but it is somewhere, I don't know, eastish. It is the Uncanny M.
Hello, hello.
Across from me, as always, the Andy Richter to my Conan O'Brien, Mr. Daniel S. Tyson.
Hey, everybody.
And from deep in the heart of Texas, it's not CJ.
No, it's not.
He's been mutinied. So I present to you the return of Phil.
Howdy, y'all.
He still did the howdy like CJ does.
Well, I like how he pressed the accent, too, like he's not just actually from Texas.
Hey, Phil.
Welcome back, Philly.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me back.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, it's a little-known fact. There's some crossover between CJ and Phil in terms of gaming. And I hear a little rumor, Phil, that you were displeased with what went on. And so now, if we can find CJ, he'll be back. But...
Maybe.
Wait, what happened? I need to know.
Phil?
I was bullied and I took it out on CJ.
All right.
I got slapped. Like everyone was saying, like I had the easiest rank challenge out of everything. So all I did was slapped and then got to tell a story. And then it was just everyone was like, yeah, but I got slapped 30 times. And then I was the one that actually like fought my rank challenge. The one that gave me my rank challenge. They were just like, you passed, cool, fight. So like I had all that rage built up, and I was just like, no, we ain't ending this with some fist exchange.
Fisticuffs.
And so, yeah, you took it out on CJ and locked him in a closet, and now here you are. Excellent. We will find that closet, and if we don't, maybe we'll find some pieces. I don't know. I don't know the future.
Oh, come on.
That's how you got a hold of his birth certificate. You went into his closet.
What is this?
We have been having fun before the show started.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. So, hey, everybody. Welcome to Rage Across the Internet. If this is your first show, this is where we talk about all aspects of Werewolf the Apocalypse for the storyteller and player alike. You know, from the very beginning to the seasoned veteran. We also do nonsense like you just heard for a while because we enjoy that and you should too. If it's not your first show, you already know all of this and thanks for coming back. How are we all doing today?
Great so far.
Very good.
I'm all right. I woke up really early, and then I took a really long nap.
That's what you need in life,
Yeah,
frankly.
I love a good nap.
Yep.
Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, yes.
When you wake up, you're pissed because you lost all those hours. Oh.
And how are you today, Porter?
I'm all right. Doing all right. Happy to be recording. Easy day today, I think, which is nice. Mm-hmm. And it's not sweltering for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
We have been cursed with 90-plus recording days, like the last while.
90-degree recording days.
Plus,
right?
Though,
yeah, with the plus, yeah. Wait, we didn't do 90 recording days.
Well, we have done 90 recording days.
We've done a lot more of those,
days,
yes.
Yeah. It's interesting to note that we just recently aired not our 200th episode.
Right.
To no fanfare whatsoever, but it also was not our 200th episode, so...
Right. It was, yeah. Because if you take out the actual play, it was technically episode 200, but we have, 70 actual play episodes?
Right, so fucking jokes on all of us. Who's counting no one correctly is the answer.
Nobody correctly, absolutely.
We didn't. But yeah, if you were just going by the normal numbers, Into the Breach Part, the Redux Part 4 was our 200th episode, but not really.
Right. So, fuck yeah.
So we're going to celebrate nothing. Yeah.
We're just celebrating. That's it.
Congratulations on us not being able to count. You're welcome. I will say, because Timeverse gets us, really, that's what that's about.
Yep.
I will say, to thwart the Timeverse, to spit in its face and tempt fate, that I hope you guys are enjoying the start of our Halloween season, because that's how Porter does. And to remind you that our store is currently open from September 1st to November 1st.
Yeah.
For our fucking Halloween pretend Christmas, I don't know, shut up because I want a sale.
Yes.
There's not actually a sale. Stuff is for sale.
It counts.
So make sure to head over there to check out your merch, see what kind of useless or cool shit that we sell that you want to buy.
Yeah. And if there's something on there that we can put up, we'll try and do it.
Yeah.
People have like requests and stuff.
That's why there's actual RAI baby clothes. That's real.
/ pet.
Yes, pet stuff as well.
Yes. / pet. Okay. I was like, why am I slashing pets? This is
In
weird.
fact, stop. In fact, official RAI troublemaker Tucker, Tucker the Wonder Mutt, might right now have a RAI bandana around his neck,
Nice.
searching for CJ, who might be back in 2 weeks. Depends on if we can find him.
Well, we have Tucker to help, so Tucker should be able
Well, he'll
to find
probably
him.
just chew some rocks.
Yeah. And drool.
All of that's real. Okay. So we kind of already started it, but before we get into the actual episode itself, it's time for a little segment we like to call This Week in Bullshit. So, Em, tell us what's going on with you this week.
Well, this week has been, you are bragging about it being cooler. It's a bit warmer here this week. And it's not been super pleasant. There's no air conditioning, so we've been having to have the window open to cool down.
I do not feel sorry for you. I feel like we're sharing now.
We're sharing.
Yeah, you are sharing. And then I am still playing Schedule 1, the drug game.
Breaking Bad simulator.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. He finally released the beta version with the cartel in there, and it's been pretty fun. Me and a friend of mine were playing early this morning. That's why I woke up so early and I had to take a nap because I needed to catch them when they were still awake. But we were running around spraying graffiti everywhere. And so we were saying, like, fuck the cartel, and then, like, drawing poop next to the word cartel, and then drawing little blunts next to us because we were, like, writing us is greater than the cartel.
What the fuck is this game?
Outstanding.
So yeah, that
This
was
is practice for when you eventually take over Sweden with your own drug empire.
I wish.
You can do anything if you believe in yourself.
Yep.
If only I had such influence, but I do not.
Give it time.
Yeah. You're already taking over Sweden. Shouldn't take much more.
I'm really not, though, but thank you for the vote of confidence.
We believe in you. Danwell, what do you got for us?
Okay, well, here's the thing. Is everyone's waiting for me to get back on this anime journey.
Yeah.
We have been for about 3 months.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But continue.
And
We gave up on you.
I will say this. It won't be next episode, but it'll be the one after, because we're recording the next one in, like, you know, in a couple hours here. But the reason it hasn't started is because Porter gave me...
Blame this on me.
No, hold on. I'm thanking you. I'm not blaming you. You gave me Outlaw Star to watch, but you also gave me a series, a sitcom, Sports Night.
Yeah.
And after probably the first episode, I don't even think the first episode finished. And I refuse to take this out of the DVD player until I am done. Because this is one of the greatest things I've ever watched in my entire life.
What a jock.
I was going to suggest that he put that in first because it had sports in the title. It's actually not about sports, so he was pretty bummed out.
I mean, there's some sports sprinkled in there.
I mean, yeah, it is a show about because apparently there is also a show called Sports Night that is a sports show.
Oh, see, I didn't know
that happened in the interim years.
Okay.
You know, in the fucking 30 years since that show was on the air.
Gotcha.
Almost. And, yeah, so it's not the show, the Sports Night clone. It's a show by Aaron Sorkin, and if you've seen Newsroom, you've already got the premise. It's just a sports show instead of a news show.
Yeah.
This was kind of the prototype for Newsroom.
And this is by far one of the greatest shows I've ever watched in my entire life. There have been a few where I'll watch and then I can repeat and watch the entire series all over again. There are very few that can do that.
He's also learning how much shit I've wholesale stolen from it.
I wasn't gonna throw you under the bus, but there's a few things in there, and I can. Wow, this is fantastic.
I mean, I'm quoting good shit. You just didn't know I was quoting good shit. It's
yes.
fine. M looks like she desperately wants to say something.
Yeah, Phil can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure several episodes ago, Danny did say, not next episode, but the one after that, I'll be back.
Phil?
Oh, no. Yeah, that actually happened.
Our RAI historian, Filbert.
Yeah, you straight up moved the goalpost at a minimum 1.5 times. Because at first it was like, I'm moving, we'll get a date. And then he was like, not this episode, but next episode.
Yeah, no, I have totally given up on your anime journey. I've given up on you.
I still have Outlaw Star. It is on
I know you still have it. It's mine.
Yes, it is yours. The DVD player is yours.
Yeah.
See, I knew Phil would know and back me up because I know it's happened.
Well done.
Yes, everyone who's been waiting, I apologize.
Oh, no, I think they gave up on you, too.
They probably did, and I'm still apologizing, but
your quarterly anime episode, you know?
Here in a couple of weeks, we'll hear the announcement again, and we'll push the goalposts back again.
No, I am on the very last, I want to say 5 or 6 episodes of Sports Night.
Yeah, but the rate you go through that's going to be 5 or 6 weeks.
That will be by the end of this week.
Okay.
So if we're recording again next weekend, I will have Outlaw Star watched by the end of next weekend.
Okay. But you're enjoying it, and that's cool.
Yeah, but man, I might ask to borrow it longer so I can watch it again.
Maybe.
Yeah, I said might.
In fact, no, because you have a fucking show to watch.
Yes, you're right. I have Outlaw Star to do.
Have you started Outlaw Star at all?
No.
You better get past episode 4.
Like I said,
that's all I'm saying, brother.
Sports Night has not. The only time it's come out of the DVD player is when it says you've watched all these episodes. Please put in the next disc.
It doesn't say that.
Well, no, it doesn't. But it says here it's the next disc. Not only did I fuck those words up,
congratulations, you have done all of the episodes on this disc show.
Yeah.
Please, perhaps consider switching. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Please consider switching.
Oh,
so it's oh my god, this is fantastic show, and yes, you've stolen a lot of stuff from here, but it's good shit. William H. Macy.
I'm just quoting, it's fine. Influence is real. Phil, what do you got for us? Do you have anything for us for this week of bullshit?
Yes, I do. I actually have a very thought out. I actually have a tablet in front of me, a legal pad of notes I want to cover on this thing because of how ridiculous it is.
Oh my god! Remember, you're here for 2 though, so
bring it in half.
I got
I'm not saying bring it in half. Just if you had multiples, maybe don't do them all at once.
No. This is just one.
All right.
Because this is how strongly I feel about it, and I have a punchline to it.
Oh my god.
Me and Wrath have watched, literally last night, so this is why it's so fresh in my mind. Welcome to Raccoon City. If any of you love Resident Evil, don't fucking watch this.
Don't watch it.
Terrible.
Okay.
It is a bastardization of the first game and the second game, because they're trying to tell the same story in 2 hours of both of the games, and none of the characters line up.
What?
I audibly screamed when I found out he was playing Leon because of how terrible the casting and characterization was for every single character.
That's upsetting.
Well, you know, it's very difficult. I want to give him some credit here. It's very difficult to adapt, you know, a multiple hour game, like a strong game narrative, into like a 2-hour movie. So obviously what you want to do is put 2 games together in a 2-hour. That'll fix it. It cancels out somehow.
But we can't do it with one. Let's try and do.
We can't put 10 pounds of shit in this 5-pound bag. But what if 20? No one's tried 20. Maybe it'll cancel out and it'll all go in the 5-pound bag.
It'll all go in. And we're just gonna it's gonna have some seepage out the side of it.
God damn it!
You're welcome.
Oh boy.
The 2 things I wanted to do until I get to my punchline is the fact that Leon is a little baby bitch. He is not cool. He is a pathetic rookie kind of character who cusses a lot. Yeah, because Leon Kennedy, as Kennedy, cusses a ton in all the games. And Claire and Chris Redfield have an estranged relationship. And that's not their characterization. They're like, Chris taught Claire how to defend herself. They have a very good relationship. They just went down 2 career paths. That's it. The final bit is Wesker doesn't work for Umbrella. I don't care about spoilers because you're not watching this movie. I did it for you, so you don't have to. So he doesn't work for Umbrella, a character who previously was the plant for Umbrella as a spy, is played by Tim Hopper, the guy who plays Luther in Umbrella Academy.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought that was really stupid.
That's confusing.
A little bit. Like, it took me a second, like, to wrap my head around that.
Oh my God.
I think I just broke everyone's brains because to me, the moment I realized, wait, this is the guy from Umbrella Academy. He plays Wesker, the guy who worked for Umbrella, and then got slapped in the face when it was revealed he doesn't work for Umbrella. In this movie.
Which those 2 umbrellas have nothing to do with each other.
I thought it was like a pun or a lazy joke.
It sounds like a very lazy joke.
Also, the guy who plays Leon could have played Carlos in 3. That's what he should have done.
I hate...
Porter's brain's about to leak out of his fucking head
I mean, I'm not surprised. I never heard anything good about it, but I never knew anyone who actually watched it. I'm so sorry for you, Phil.
We made fun of it through the entire time. Well, Wrath made fun of it, and I just agreed with him because Resident Evil is very dear to his heart, and I love the series. But he is like going into like the developer, the intention, like the backdrop of the production of the company of the series, and he's pulling out lore that I'm like, damn, he's putting me to shame. I thought I knew shit about D&D and stuff. Damn.
Oh shit!
It was a frustratingly fun commentary.
And
this is my warning to you.
It's a warning. Oh, I don't know if I feel bad for you or if I feel worse for Wrath. Then I'm sorry, Wrath.
He knows I'm doing this, so he'll probably say something once this is aired.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And how about you, Porter? What do you got today?
Oh man, I'm gonna pile on. I guess this is the show. Like this is the This Week in Bullshit where we talk about shows, apparently. I started rewatching Alias.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know, some like wild hair across my ass and I said check if it was streaming anywhere. It's on Disney Plus. Okay. I shockingly have a Disney Plus because it came with my Hulu. And so I start watching it, and here's the thing. If you had never heard of Alias or never watched it, it was an early 2000 show starring Jennifer Garner, where she was secret agent lady.
Yeah. Right.
She's balancing her life between, and I'm just the broad strokes here, right? She's got her civilian life and she's hiding her truth from from everybody. But really, she's a super hot secret agent and she puts on different costumes to infiltrate and fight for liberty. Yay.
Woman.
You're right there.
She's singing the secret agent.
Oh,
song.
secret agent woman. Okay, yeah. It's also noteworthy that a young Bradley Cooper's in this. With this blonde, spiky hair. From the era, where you just, like, put some fingers in your hair and just pulled random strands out and, like, hit him with hairspray or some shit. And they got him with, like, the long sleeve shirt with the t-shirt on over it, and he looks completely absurd. It's really funny. But the thing is I already reject this premise because I have never found... This is so mean. I don't believe her as an actress playing someone who's attractive.
Joke's on you. I don't know any actresses' names, so I don't know who she is without knowing another character she played.
I mean, lots of characters.
She was Elektra in the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Alias was her big television show. There was some people in there, but no, I'll give her credit, right? Because she's in good shape in that show, and she'd have to be because the amount of stunt work and shit that she does. I got to give her props for that. And, she gets the costumes and, like, the wigs and stuff, and sometimes she pulls it off.
Porter, I have to disagree with you.
That's fair.
I looked her up. I think Jennifer Gardner's very pretty.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's a personal preference thing at that point, right? Like, I can't...
Yeah. She's very pretty. She's got nice cheeks.
But no, the thing with the show is watching it today, because at the time, I mean, it was fine.
Sure.
It was a very interesting show. It was a very popular show. But I'm watching it back today, and I'm seeing things that I didn't notice before. Like the very accommodating stuntmen. Because Jennifer Garner, in that point, is maybe 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And, like, she's fighting these giant Russian bouncer dudes who probably ate an actual human being before showing up on set. Like, the dude is 4 of her stacked on top of each other, and she kicks him in the stomach once, and the guy just lays down and takes a nap. It's like, that is very sweet of him to do that.
So what you're saying is that the show is showing how well the stunt work is, and less about the
or how sweet stuntmen are, or maybe secret agents, evil age. Maybe it's in character. So it's the evil secret agents who are like, she's so pretty, I'm just going to let her think she beat me up by punching me once.
That works.
Instead of throwing her through a wall, which is what I did to her brother last week or something,
Yeah. Like that episode in Avatar: The Last Airbender where Uncle Iroh is under the hunter lady and... Uncle, I didn't see you get licked.
That's something I'll have to watch later.
Oh, that's
because I don't get that one. But
wait, I'm sorry, you haven't seen that?
No, it's on his list, but he's not gonna.
You're right. It's so sad that his journey's over.
Right? See, it's not over. I would have done it sooner, but my issue with Avatar and Danny, I'm concerned he's not going to be able to get past the more juvenile elements of the show, especially because they stack that pretty thick in the beginning.
Yeah, Aang is very much a kid in the beginning.
Yes, the childishness of the cast, who are children at the time. I mean, I guess through the whole show, but they really play up the kid-friendly version of it more in the beginning, and I don't think he'll be able to get past it. Or I'm concerned he won't be able to.
Well, here's your warning.
Yep.
If you ever continue this journey that we don't believe in anymore, you have to get past the childish elements.
Yep.
Yes, and you've given me that warning before, and we can end it with this. But I plan on doing this. It's just it takes longer for me to do so.
We just don't believe in you. And it's not by default. You've earned that.
Thank you.
By not for months. But yeah, that was This Week in Bullshit. And let's get to the subject at hand. You know what we're doing today?
Well, yeah.
You all know what we're doing today because we've discussed this. But it is another episode of the Junk Drawer Diaries.
Yeah!
That's right. This is where we take your questions from our very special room in our Discord. And we compile them, and now we answer them. And we've been kind of lazy about them. So we're gonna whip through that backlog today.
Yeah.
And we're going to do the recent stuff. We're going to be on it this time, not no year back.
We'll try. Because last time we had a lot from Ginger and a lot from Ren and a ton from Buddhist. And we got like one, I don't even think we got a second one from Buddhist. And we said we're going to do Buddhists first.
Danny, what do we got?
All right. First one. What is a quick rule of thumb to figure out the population of the Garu Nation? When I looked at the World of Darkness numbers for vampires, it's surprisingly low. I'm trying to figure out just how many Garu there would be.
Well, I have the answer. If you two, if you want to give a thought on it.
I know that there is some kind of formula for it that I've seen before, I think. Or maybe we've talked about it. But I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
Well, there actually isn't one. There is one for vampires.
That might be what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. And they actually specifically, and I want to say this comes from Core 2. It might come from Core 3. It might be in both. Might be in Storyteller 3. Doesn't matter. It's printed somewhere.
Yeah, no, it definitely is, because that's where I'm going off of. It's I may be getting the numbers wrong, but it's actually very surprisingly low. And I think we have to remember we're not talking about all Garu, because BSDs also apply to that, but it's Gaian Garu. It's like 2,700 in the entire world. It's remarkably low when it comes to like what the book says, and I could be very wrong, but when I read that, I'm like, that means there's like one Garu per like country at that point in time, or two, and that just seems very sparse to like, especially when you start having cairns and stuff like that have like 20 to 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's also, I mean, if you go down that route, right, there's also the glut of cairns. I know there's a project online, and I don't remember its name offhand, so sorry about the shout-out you're not getting, that lists all of the cairns, but it's all of the cairns, including the stuff in the books, the stuff in the Mind's Eye Theater, and people put their own homebrew cairns in stuff. It's like every source that ever says there's a cairn there's a cairn there, and they put them all on like Google Maps.
Oh, wow.
It's an ambitious project, right? And good for them. And again, I don't remember the name, so sorry. If you know, you know. Hey, right? But the problem with that is it's so oversaturated that I don't even think there's enough Garu for like 2 Garu per cairn at that point. Like there are too many Garu. If these are all fucking maintained, there's too many. There might be more Garu than people. I don't know. They can't.
Yeah. That's funny.
But the rule is, and maybe this changed in a book somewhere I haven't seen, but they talked about doing that equation for vampire, and that doesn't exist for werewolf for several reasons, right? Because there's no reliable way, and it's this low birth rate of Garu themselves, and that the answer that they gave is really there's as many Garu in the nation, in the world, that you need.
Which makes sense.
Like, they totally throw it to the storyteller to make that decision.
Yeah. There's not enough Garu in Africa.
But, not enough is the answer.
Right.
So, right? Like, it's whatever number you need, but that number is not enough for them.
Right. So, then add Garu to Africa. That's your game.
Well, but that's a different thing, though.
Right.
Yeah.
I get it. It makes sense. It's what the storyteller needs. So, if the storyteller only wants a few hundred, then done.
Well, that's ultimately the golden rule of it all, right? Whatever you need is the true answer, even though there may be some statistical lore answer. You can throw that out if you need it.
Right, but then their statistical lore answer is whatever you need it to be.
Right.
Sure.
All right, then the next from Buddhist. How would a Garu drive in traffic? I get road rage after 10 minutes. I would reckon a Garu would end up on the news after just rending the veil.
Well, I mean, they probably wouldn't at that point. I mean, I think it's about knowing your limits, right?
Agreed.
Or my favorite theory, I think we've talked about it on the show before. All glasswalkers are drug addicts.
No, that's, I'm not saying that's canon in BTA, but
it might help with the road rage for Garu, not for real people. If you are on drugs, do not drive.
Or don't do drugs. Or do a lot more drugs, and that problem will take care of itself. If you're addicted to heroin, maybe double up on that.
Be dependent on a heroin. My answer is... if you're in the city, you're probably a Hamid. If you're a Hamid, you have access to city running, so why the hell are you in traffic?
Fair.
Could travel by Umbra, go Lupus and go off the side of the road. Take a moon bridge for crying out loud. What's your problem?
Steal the kid down the street's bike.
I like all these answers.
Or the biggest asshole thing is get into traffic, get out of your vehicle, jump off the freeway because you can soak it, and just leave your car in the middle of the highway, make more traffic.
What is this, falling down? Great movie.
All right, next.
Yep.
Why should the merit Fair Glabro be banned, and do you have any ideas on how to mess with players that take it in your game?
Well, I feel we probably got a couple different answers here. Phil, how do you feel about that?
I don't feel like Fair Glabro should be banned in a game. Mainly is because, like, at the start of the game, if you have all of your players take it, that's a red flag, and we need to have a discussion.
Certainly.
Because we're not all just going to be like, oh, we can be in Glabro constantly. We're not having that conversation. However, if your face has like if you have a player who wants to play a social face character, then having Fair Glabro just helps that entire situation. And that should be the that niche that they're filling for the pack. That option should not be banned because it doesn't, quite frankly, disparage anything to the lore in my mind. But you have to have that skill of running tables and have a game understanding to have that moment of, wait a second, I have a pack of 5, 3 of them have Fair Glabro. What's going on, you 3? No, that Three Stooges joke that I'm not aware of.
That's something I'm with you. You certainly have to keep your eye on that kind of thing. But with a singular incident, right?
Mm-hmm.
One in a pack. I largely agree with you. I don't think it should be banned at all. Especially with my fondness for having players start at the start. It's a great way to have somebody pass for human, pass for older, to get into areas that maybe their 15-year-old self can't get into super easily. It's not quite as intended, but that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reason Rico has it. There hasn't been very many opportunities for me to use it as I would have liked. But yeah, I do it for that social aspect of it.
Gave me whiplash realizing that.
If somebody doesn't know, because somebody listening might not know, Fair Glabro, your Glabro form passes for human, so you get no penalties on social attributes. I feel like somebody could abuse this, but sure. I feel it. Yeah, I'm sure somebody has, and that's why this is here. But so long as it's not being abused, it doesn't seem like that huge of a deal. But if you have a character or a player that is trying to abuse it for some reason or another, I mean, you're the storyteller. You can just make it not work out very well for them.
Yeah.
I think the key word there
is abusing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how somebody would abuse that, though. People are creative. What am I saying?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, he's asking for ideas on how to mess with those players, so it sounds very much like those players are abusing it.
Well, I mean, I think what you do there is you double up on the rage rolls.
That's what I was thinking.
Force them into a frenzy. If they're taking advantage, double up on those rage rolls, make them frenzy. Then you got a veil breach and the consequences thereof.
There you go.
Because I would wager, the abuses they're staying in Glabro to use that as a Hamid form they can fucking regen in. Is my guess.
That is kind of abusive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's if it is being abused, but also I would just make them talk more. Is because you pass as a human. It doesn't mean you still don't have like those gnarled ass teeth, and that's just going to make people unsettled and weird. And any Pentex or Wormaline thing is going to be like, that's not normal. You're not a Femorai. Why do you have fucked up teeth like that?
Well, then they could just say they're British.
Oh, wow.
You almost got a spit take out of me.
Next.
I was talking to another storyteller, and he has all of his items that are dedicated to you turned into tattoos on your body when you shift. I can't help picture my Arhound looking like a ripped modern rapper with facial tattoos. Was this an addition thing, or am I supposed to be describing these said tattoos?
No, it's not an edition thing. It's been brought up since at least second edition. I won't speak to first, but come on. Now, that said, it doesn't say it has to be tattoos. It talks about, different colored specks of fur and things like that. Really, I think my concern is your storyteller doing that to your characters? Because that should be an aesthetic choice for the player. You know, if how they want their dedicated stuff to appear on their bodies, that should kind of be up to them. If they want to have the weirdo Mike Tyson face tattoo, that's up to them.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the choice either. But see, like I would do, like different patches of fur, different colored spots.
Right.
To represent the items.
Yeah. And the 20th edition says that they can accommodate the character's various forms, like straps lengthening, things becoming larger. And I think we've talked about it before. Like, if you want a leather jacket in your Garu form, just because you want a leather jacket, let the leather jacket turn to the Garu form, so long as it's not actually armor.
Right. As long as it's just aesthetics. Go nuts with it.
Yeah, but if you don't want the leather jacket in your Garu form, instead maybe it's just like a weird patch of black fur. Maybe it's a tattoo of a leather jacket, whatever the heck you want.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, it's all an aesthetic thing. The 20th book, I just opened it up to make sure. It gives all kinds of those under examples, not requirements to be a tattoo.
Yeah, but that's been around, not in those exact words, I'm certain, but that's been around since second edition. That's always been there.
Makes sense. Oh.
No, I have nothing to add. It's an aesthetic choice. It shouldn't be a little like. This reminds me of an old book about werewolves that I used that I read years and years ago, where they just said it's pocket forms, where they just have all their gear turned into their wolf form so they can carry more shit. It's that's it.
All right. The next from Buddhist. When I'm storytelling and I have a new player, as I've never really played the system, it has become almost a ritual for me to buy their first set of dice. Do you guys have any rituals or superstitions that you follow out of habit?
Specifically for new players?
Dealer's choice. I was just reading the question as is.
When I played my first werewolves game, Strides was the storyteller. And at the end of every single game night, he would ask everyone to vote for somebody other than themselves that you think did a really good job role playing their character. And then he would give that person one extra XP for that night. So nothing too significant, but like it was kind of fun to do a little bit more in character next week if you didn't get it. And the way that we voted for each other is we tried to make sure one person didn't get it every single week, because we're a group of people. And I have done that in my games as well, whenever I divvy up experience at the end of the night. And it's just a lot of fun because everybody compliments each other in their play styles, and it makes them like, I don't know, it makes everybody feel good. So it's something I've started to do.
For me, it's a personal thing on multiple fronts because of just how I think. I never change dice. Once I get a set of dice, that is my dice. Every other dice that I've ever done has been put into a pool for my players to have, and I have a big ass bag of dice that I let everybody use. But I put all of the highest values of dice face up when they're not in use. This is how this is how I like ritualistically attune to, you are my ST dice. You are my storytelling implements. I want the best. I want the highest and best from you. And the second thing I do is that I never throw away any of my notes. I have every single note that I've ever had in several folders, binders, and I even have one of those like office boxes back in my storage shed of all of my previous games, even character sheets that I printed out just in case we needed another one. I've kept it all. I have not thrown anything away.
That's awesome. I used to be like that. I hit the wall though, and that stopped. With me and new players, and I don't do this anymore because now we have people from other parts of the planet playing with us now, not just here at my home table. But I used to buy them their first notebook. Like, yeah, you join the game, you get a notebook, because again, I don't expect you to remember something that happened a month ago. because with your whole life, but I do expect your character to remember it, because for them it has been like an hour.
Yep.
So write your shit down, because
Yep.
I was actually going to do that with the scouts. The moment they said yes and we started playing, I was going to give them all notebooks.
Nice.
see, there you go.
I have 2 sets of dice. I have one that I used for Jaeger, and I bought another set for a friend who ended up not being able to play anyway, so I kept them. And that set is now for Rico. And it's funny because one time I'll bring out the Jaeger dice and I start throwing them, and it's like, I'm getting really shitty rolls. I need to put these dice away because Jaeger's not playing. So it's Rico's dice turn. But also, all my dice sit up with 10s facing upward before I throw them. I won't pick them up unless they're showing 10s first.
I feel so validated.
Yeah. It's a real superstition some people have, and I'm one of them.
There you go.
All right. Next question. Do you have the Cubs tribal totem choose them after their rite of passage, or are the Cubs born into the tribe automatically? And this feels like storyteller discretion, but I've had this conversation a couple times.
Very much is. I mean, like, because ultimately players want to build their characters. And I'm very much a proponent to always give players agency. So it's one of those moments like, how do you do that with trying to fit to a theme of the totem chooses you? Well, then you just write, or like if you're starting from the beginning, you just write the fact that when you do your rite of passage, that however you do it, Stag claims you, Fenris claims you. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit of a hand wave kind of motion to a certain extent, but it helps fit the lore, but while not taking away from player agency. This is not something that we're like, unless the player itself has themselves, not itself, my god, have said, choose for me. Because Hush on the server in my game gave me his top 3, like he did with CJ and Rin, and asked me to choose, and I had a couple of sessions before the rite of passage, some side stuff, and I decided, no, you're a Wendigo. The way you're playing this character, you are angry, vengeful, and ornery. You're a Wendigo, brother. You ain't no stargazer.
That's kind of a fun idea. I kind of dig that.
No, I like that too. And I mean, that's a special circumstance. That's something that was requested and worked out.
Yeah.
Like, as far as the question itself, I mean, they're not really mutually exclusive. There's the difference between character agency and player agency. I mean, the player chooses their tribe unless they're doing something like Phil brought up, which is fucking rad, but it's like rolling for an auspice, right? But you're choosing to roll for the auspice or to pick it. So I don't think that really gets in the way. It's just a matter of how the storyteller wants to put that together. Born into a tribe, I mean, there's something to be said for a legacy. You know, certainly Fenris is more, maybe not Fenris, certainly Chimera is more likely to go, or Stag is more likely to choose someone who has long roots within the tribe, but also you can play against that and have them call out a different totem specifically, or call out the one that they want. I mean, it's really about the choice of how you want to write it, and that doesn't interfere with the player choice, because the player should never have something forced on them like that. They're creating their character. It's just about finding creative ways to get there.
Fair. If you could have one gift in real life, which one would it be? I want to say like Blur of the Milky Eye or Gift of the Spriggan. It would be awesome. But maybe like if I'm thinking practical right now, I'm thinking Open Seal.
I love how
That's what I'm bringing for you.
The list that he just gave.
Everything is, well, not every Gift of the Spriggan wasn't nefarious, but Blur of the Milky Eye and Open Seal.
I'm just thinking practically right now.
Everyone is looking at you sideways right
whatever.
this moment.
It's
Yeah.
fine. I'm like they weren't already.
Bombastic side-eye.
Seriously, though. Absolutely.
I mean, was it better if I said Razor Claws?
Yes.
Yeah.
You could argue self-defense at that point.
All right. I'll switch it to razor claws for you.
You do whatever's in your heart, man. You answered the question. Grandmother's touch.
Grandmother's touch. Nice.
What the hell good is it if I can't use it on myself?
That's true.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see I can charge people for their faith healing, and then I myself will live forever.
Beautiful.
My leg broken, boom. Doctors can suck it.
You beat the system, Porter. You beat the big Medicaid.
Right?
There's two for me. And I don't know which one I like better. And I'm actually, now that I'm thinking about it and saying it out loud, it's either going to be Grasp of the Falcon, because I like being strong, and I would argue that I could use that to lift heavier things in my line of work. Or Truth of Gaia, because I don't like being lied to, and I like to know when I am, and I'm not good at sensing it out, personally.
Respect.
Fair.
You can respect
Fair.
that.
Mine would definitely be Spirit of the Lizard.
Spider M. Spider M. Does whatever Spider M does.
Yeah, 100% Spirit of the Lizard. Yeah, no questions. I would love to be able to crawl on walls and ceilings. That would be amazing.
That's fair.
All right. How do you tell another storyteller it's their own fault for allowing a player best at?
I think you just did.
Yep, it's done. All right, and those are the questions from Buddhist, so thank you. There's a lot there. Now we move on to our new list.
Excellent.
This one from Brother Mouse. I'm not sure if it goes here or The Tale of Two Wolves, but I'm going to ask anyway. If you had to combine the Street Fighter RPG's basic premise with World of Darkness, what fighting game would you use and how would you incorporate it into Werewolf?
Well, shit. I'm just going to take the lead on this one. I don't know. I don't know the premise of the Street Fighter RPG, which, however, it was a White Wolf book.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I feel like that already happened.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it was an official World of Darkness, but White Wolf did make it. So we're just a couple steps away from that already. However, I think more in the spirit of the question, because we're talking about what other fighting game to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for Werewolf, I think Street Fighter fits more, or maybe like Tekken, something more grounded. But if I wanted to get crazy, I would love to do Guilty Gear, because Guilty Gear is awesome. But I think that kind of mixes more with Exalted.
Fair. That sounds cool as hell, though. Anything from you,
Mortal
Duke?
Kombat. brutality. There's a certain level in my mind that if you're in an average Garu fight, whether it be between Gaians, other Farah BSDs, you may have not been hit mechanically, but narratively you've got nicks, scratches, bruises, broken bones that you're just healing instantly because you are Garu by nature.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like to focus heavily on the brutality, and that the fact that your mechanical health levels are not illustrating what's actually happening in the fight. Because any savage animal in a scuffle, like in a grapple, no damage is being dealt, but you're getting nicks and scrapes from the rocks, the ground. I like to narratively fill that in. And when the kills start happening, very Mortal Kombat in my head. You're ripping people apart, you're punching their rib cages out and sink, you're taking their shoulder and half their lung with that attack, just stuff like that. That's how I envision brutal savage combat.
That's fair.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to cheat and amend my answer to go to Fatal Fury, because in Japan it is known as Garu, Mark of the Wolves.
Huh.
So fucking Terry Bogard for Bonar. I don't know. Do you got something?
So this is a little bit different, but there is a board game / card game called Sentinels of the Multiverse. That game, but with rage cards.
We're writing that down.
It's a really fun card game. So it's like all the players, they have like superhero cards with like abilities on them, and they all play against a deck that is the villain. So you guys are working together to defeat the villain. It's a lot of fun. I think that game, but with rage cards and some made up like villain cards or something, like in a deck, would be fun.
Okay.
All right, then the next question is from Operator. So what is your favorite video game?
It's a big question.
Yeah, it's kind of loaded.
Metal Gear Solid 3. I'm excited for Metal Gear Solid Delta. That is literally I just love it. I've loved it. I've played it multiple times. It's one of the very few games I've played multiple times. Not the most hours. That's Final Fantasy 14. But
it's a really big question. And also, that sounds like an off-camera discussion for us later, Phil.
Understood.
From just the sheer number of hours and knowledge that I have about the game, I'd have to say it's probably Stardew Valley. But the original Dragon Age and Dragon Age Origins is so incredibly near and dear to my heart that also has to be up on the list.
That's fair.
Yeah. Dragon Age and Dragon Age Origins, because I played it when it first came out, and I would just sit in my room for hours. I had a little TV that was maybe about 10 inches hooked up to my 360.
Nice.
And I would just sit there in my little egg chair playing Dragon Age for hours and hours.
It's a very loaded question because I've loved games for so long. I'm a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed series. The first 2, 3, maybe 4 were fantastic. Some of them have dropped off since then, but even Ninja Turtles, almost every single game that has ever come up with Ninja Turtles has been amazing, and I've played as many as I possibly could. I don't have a favorite, though. I mean, look, even Destiny and Destiny 2, and I still get made fun of, but whatever. But I probably have more hours in those games than anything else. I don't have a favorite video game. I've played so many, and I love so many of them.
And I mean, that's right. Mm-hmm. I feel that. And, I don't know. I couldn't do a single favorite game. I mean, you want to break it down by genre. I could probably do something closer, like in terms of narrative, it's The Last of Us. In terms of hours played, it's probably Disgaea. I bought that game 3 fucking times, and each fucking platform I bought it on has at least 2,000 hours under it.
Damn.
Favorite RPG is probably Tales of Vesperia. Favorite sports game, Victorious Boxers. It's just favorite fighting game, Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Nice.
It's a really big question.
Yeah.
But there's some examples. There's some answers for you. So there you go.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Tons of nuance.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right, next from Ren. With each tribe, do their fetishes look different? Just like, maybe a Bonar Fang Dagger is more of like a toothbrush shiv.
I like that visual. I think every fetish varies a bit because, again, you're not mass producing them, right? Like, there's not a fetish factory. There is in Malfeas, but that's a worm thing, and we're not. Well, I mean, it's in the Scar. The train takes it to whatever.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's going to be differences between the individual Thurge, much less the tribe, but I feel like it's definitely good flavor.
Oh, big time.
To put that kind of spin on them. Again, you gotta really hammer down the fact that, no two fetishes look exactly. Look how many different types of claves.
Right.
Go through the books. Fucking no two claves look alike. Unless it's the same character. But
even then, the clave from Elbrick looks different from his fight with Mari into some of the other later ones.
That's actually a really good point. So there you go. But yeah, it's the differences in the maker, it's in the material, it's in the,
culture.
Yeah. So 100%.
Anything from you, Em?
No.
All right, then next couple of questions here from Celator. Do you think the temporary rage system can be gamified? Like asking to be harassed or self-inflicted wounds to earn it if you need it, and forcing shape-shifting to spend it if it's way too high?
Only if you allow that to be gamified as the storyteller. You as the storyteller have the power to say, no, sure, you can let him kick you in the balls, but I'm not giving you a rage for that. You asked for it.
I'm going to say that's the best answer. And I'm just going to go with what she said.
That's
In fact,
fair.
that's what she said.
Hey-o.
Yeah. Agreed. Seconded. Motion carried.
Yeah.
M wins the answer.
And wins.
Moving on.
Okay. Would you allow lowering temporary rage before social interaction to avoid the curse? Like a player with temp rage higher than permanent rage, I shift forms 4 times so they can lose the extra temp rage and only have to deal with permanent rage values.
Well, I mean, I guess we're back on gamifying it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be a bit more accepting of that if you're doing stuff. The idea of, in the difference here, becomes rage is a force within you and rage is a game mechanic.
Right.
Shifting forms a whole bunch to burn rage is a game mechanic answer. That's the looking at the imaginary fucking rage bar on your forearm. Where if you know you're fucking hyped up and you want to burn off some energy by maybe running into the woods and shifting forms a few times and doing a bunch of shit to burn that energy off is a more acceptable answer to me. However, you don't always have the time or circumstances, available to do that.
Right. I like it. I mean, it's a solid answer.
Lore-wise, for me, it's you have to... If you're expending rage is not something just to spend. It's not $1. You don't get a bottle of water after you spend a rage. It needs to be explosive in some way. To a certain extent, if you spend rage to go to another form, there has to be some sort of explosiveness. So if you're trying to, I'm just going to shift forms really quickly in this alleyway, it's not just going to be the anamorph switching thing happening in behind the dumpster. You're going to be banging against the dumpster. You're going to be growling. You're going to be shuffling and scaring the cat that was in the trash can down there. There's going to be some sort of environmental or social consequence, even if you're trying to hide it. Simply put, if the player is trying to gamify it and I don't want it, it's like, yeah, you can spend 1 rage. You're shifting all you want. You're doing the anamorph thing, but you're only spending 1 rage. You got to do something. Put yourself in a role-playing situation to justify more rage being spent.
Smash the trash can. Punch a hole in the building.
See there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking agree.
And also, it can't be good to lower the amount of rage you have for certain social interactions. And doing that 1 or 2 rage, sure. But if you are a player and you're gamifying it to the point where you're throwing your rage so low that it makes the social encounter easy, what are you going to do when that social encounter turns out that that's a femorai and now you're in a fight?
Oh, I love that so much.
Yeah.
And you've just spent all your rage punching holes in trash cans.
So if you have a player who's trying to gamify it, there's a way to punish them for it. Nice.
Yeah, that's good.
No, not punish. Teach a lesson.
Oh, even better.
Don't kill them, but maybe make their life a little
bit.
Yeah.
All right. Then the next question is Snake Man John. If one of the expressions for drinking a beer is to crack open a cold one with the boys, Do vampires have an equivalent expression, cracking open a boy with the cold ones?
That's funny.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
You can count on it.
That is one good joke.
All right. Another one from Ren then. Does the Hunter's Moon do anything to Garu?
No, it's up in space.
I mean, I figured the Hunter Moon means something. I don't know what exactly, but...
No, there's nothing special there. It's like a harvest moon or a blue moon. It's not special hidden auspices or anything like that.
Okay.
Do you know in October when you look up into the sky and then the moon is big and orangish red?
No, the Blood Moon.
Also called the Hunter's Moon.
Oh. I did not know that.
Yeah. Well,
now I do. Thanks.
I feel like that would be just an ST storytelling point at that point in time. Put it into your game if you want to, like a different aspects, like an added mechanic or something, but mechanically it has no, like game-wise, it doesn't have any. Yeah.
Could be something with the spirits.
And yeah, you could definitely do that, or maybe some sort of rituals going on, but like natively, no.
Yeah.
It's like an eclipse, right? The eclipse, you're like, oh, but is that a hidden sixth auspice? No, it's not, because eclipses only happen during full moons. Therefore, it's an Aharon.
Solid.
That's canon too. So that's not me just talking. That's Storyteller 3 or Player's Guide 3.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah. It's in the fact section that I keep getting those two fucking...
Yep.
I could open either book and put an end to it, but it's like a World of Rage versus Rage Across the World, where I'm just testing.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, to keep fucking slipping those up.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But you know it exists, so...
Yeah, no, it's in one of them, so fucking figure it out, or just believe me. No incentive to lie to you.
It's not like you put on a show or anything.
All right.
All right, then. From Edgelord, what are you guys listening to music-wise? I know Porter's recommended bands like Blind Melon before, but what other recommendations do you have?
I've been getting into like more jazzy stuff lately. Tom Waits,
Love Tom Waits.
Big Bad Voodoo, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. I forgot this band's name, but I've been fixated on this song. The Atomic Fireballs, Man with the Hex. I actually designed, and it's okay, even though my players are listening to this, I got so much inspiration from a Man with the Hex that I actually designed an encounter around it. Just wait, you boys.
Love it.
Nice. I have been shown a band lately, and then they kind of like, every once in a while, I'll just hit shuffle by this one band. But it's called Electric Callboy. It's a German pop, punk rock, techno, power something band.
That sounds like too many things.
It is way too many things, and I can't get them out of my head. I can't get them out of my head, because there's a few cover songs, but again, they turn them into a German pop, rock, punk, techno version.
I don't even know what that means, and I'm afraid to find out.
It's crazy. It's weird, and it's good background noise, and still like helps me keep moving and not get irritated at everything going around me during work.
Yeah.
So I went back to it the other morning in my headphones on the way to work, because when I used to work overnights back in the US a long, long time ago, this is what I would listen to on my break to wake myself up and try to like motivate myself throughout the day. And now I'm like waking up at like 5 a.m. to get to work for just a couple of hours of cleaning. But it's like a good like rising with the sun kind of music. Joey Pecoraro, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's kind of like jazzy and mostly instrumental. It is just really pleasant to listen to. I've started listening to that a little bit more in the mornings.
All right. I will expand, actually, too, because while he's right, I have recommended Blind Melon. There's a caveat there, and so for me, Blind Melon is a great example of and this is the most complimentary way possible, because Blind Melon's fucking great, but it is a Child of Gaia band, specifically.
I can see that.
Yeah. with General Werewolf, I definitely recommend the Thermals. There's, they're one of those bands where a lot of their songs you can apply to Werewolf or the World of Darkness by looking at a certain way. Mm-hmm. And I know I've said it before, but there's the song An Ear for Baby, which is just Whiplash indoctrinating a new set of cubs. That whole song is just him bossing them around.
You've told me that one
Can
before.
confirm.
Listen to it. Yes, can confirm.
Also, the Toadies, especially Rubberneck, the album Rubberneck, is just a quintessential World of Darkness album, but the band itself, or especially in their early days, they were described as a little off, that there was something kind of wrong with them. To listen to them, not by me, but they've been described this way in several publications back in the day, and I feel that's largely true. Like there's a little something, you look at a song like Tyler or Jigsaw Girl or even Possum Kingdom, which was their most famous. Mm-hmm. Named after the lake in Texas. Philip.
Is that where CJ is?
That's where I'm going to start looking. But no, there's a little something off or wrong. Like the band is worm tainted.
Yeah.
There's something in there that's not okay, and they're passing it to you thematically, and it's perfect. Again, I looked at the song Tyler, which is really about, it's about, him having this, he's having with the girl. Yeah, he's talking about going on a trip with the girl, but he's talking about breaking into her house and putting her in his trunk.
That kind of level of musical storytelling reminds me of things like Don't Fear the Reaper. Very catchy, upbeat song, but the subtext is
Dark.
Romeo and Juliet. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? Blue Oyster Cult is also a pretty good thematically werewolf band.
Yeah.
And obviously Metallica, but I'm so bored with that answer.
Yeah, fair.
I don't want to. I don't want to like shit. I do. I want to shit on Lars Ulrich all day.
Yeah, you hate Lars.
I do. I hate Lars Ulrich. But
Not on the server.
no, not Lars. Lars Ulrich, not our Lars.
Yeah. I know.
No, we love our Lars.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But yeah, obviously the whole Black Album, Trapped Under Ice, Creeping Death. Creeping Death is totally not a Silent Strider song. Trapped Under Ice couldn't possibly be, associated with, say, the Wendigo.
Of course not, no. Ride the Lightning. Weird.
Fucking Wherever I May Roam.
What?
That doesn't sound like a tribe.
No.
Rover, Wanderer, Nomad, Vagabond.
What?
I think I'll call you Silent Strider. That's what I'll... we don't even have to discuss it.
Yeah, there's too many of them.
Metallica is festooned with werewolf songs. That's why we don't talk about it. It's so obvious.
Yep.
It's the same way.
A second recommendation for Glasswalker in the 90s kind of thing. Anything industrial, especially by KMFDM.
Okay.
Use that. It's really good inspirato for that shit.
I'd also pull some Radiohead,
Oh,
9 Inch
big time.
Nails.
Yeah, some early grunge.
March of the Pigs was... I've talked about this before. It's been a long time, though. I think it's been long enough. Is back in college, we had a project to do designs for a CD cover, like a couple different versions of different styles, and you got to make up. So I made up my own. I decided for my group, like it was a nice fucking synergy, that I burned a CD that was one song per tribe, set within the parameters of the years that the game was set.
Right.
So it was specifically 90 songs between these years to help these younger players get a feel for the time musically, and then, one for each tribe. And so I actually pulled March of the Pigs for Red Talons.
Nice.
Yeah. It's called Ants Around the Fire is the project.
I know that a band called Apocalypse Orchestra has given me some inspiration whenever it comes to different combat scenes or things taking place in the Umbra in my games.
Excellent. And I think I want to cap it real quick because we have more, right? We have more questions.
Yeah, there's more.
Okay.
There's a few more.
So I think I'll cap this with the obvious, because every couple months someone discovers it for the first time. I mean, it's true, right? 5 years. Every few months,
Yep.
someone's like, did you know? I'm like, yeah, we talked about it. And it was posted. Slipknot, their demo album, Mate, Kill, Feed, Repeat, is just about werewolf. No subtext. I mean, the song Bonars Suck is lyrics in the song.
Yeah.
Talk about grabbing their claves. It is about werewolf. Mate, Kill, Feed, Repeat, I believe is the correct order. So
Corey Taylor of Slipknot.
there you
reach
go.
out.
There you go.
We love giving you shout outs. Please reach out.
And Slipknot was amazing to see live.
I'm not surprised.
But they didn't play Bonars Suck.
Bastards.
No, unfortunately not.
I'm not even sure. It doesn't matter. But so I wanted to bring that one out because, again, at least twice a year someone discovers it.
Yep.
Then I'm going to be like, yeah, we talked about it fucking 4 years ago. Well, we just talked about it now, too. So there you go.
You talked about it with Mr. Gone and surprised him.
But there you go.
Yeah.
This is Phil Manjaro, RAI Historian.
I didn't even remember that
No,
one.
I know. Like, I lived it, and I didn't know. I'm the one who said the shit. Guaranteed, right? It was me?
Yes, it was.
Yes, I'm sure it was.
So this one, another one from Ren. So going into the Umbra, is it more like a poof gone or more like a ghost fading out?
Depends on your role.
Pretty solid, straightforward answer.
I mean, there's the chart there, right? 3 successes is instant, so that's poof gone. Less than 3 successes, I think, one success, it takes 20 minutes.
It's not quite that long, but I think the longest one is, I think I have the chart here. But it's a significantly long, especially if you're trying to do it in fucking, quickly. I've actually had a thought, if I ever catch a player who made a bad roll and has to take a long time, mess with them while they're transitioning. Not just a bad roll and the fucking pattern spiders are messing with them. No, if they're trying to do it and they're in a stressful situation / combat, what happens if a BSD just yanks you mid-transition? How horrifying could that turn out?
Fair.
Yeah, it's a little creepy to think about. If your pack is maybe less reputable or maybe a bit more unseemly, like they could do stuff to you. But no, you're correct. I said 20 minutes. That was grossly incorrect. It's 30 seconds at 2 successes, 5 minutes at 1 success.
5 minutes is still quite a while.
It is quite a while. Yes. And that is according to the second edition screen.
That's what I use for every one of my games.
Nice. It's a better screen, but it's poorly constructed compared to the new ones. It's extra panels. There's more information.
Yeah.
It's much flimsier paper.
Bummer.
Fucking the new screens are sturdy enough to rest the core book on top of them.
Yeah. You've got a few of them here, so. All right. So, Barks the Litany asks, 2 male Garu become romantically involved in the Sept Council meeting to discuss whether this classes as a breach of the litany as it is not mating. Heated opinions on both sides, and what should happen.
Well, that sounds like, that could almost be a Two Wolves, right? But really that comes down to the spirit of the rule versus the rule as written in the litany. I mean, this is a talking point between Ragabash and Philodox that this goes back 25 years. This is back 2nd edition shit. So, I guess that debate continues. What happens? It depends on a whole bunch of factors. Yeah,
what are the characters like in this Sept?
Exactly.
Who are these NPCs or the people having the argument?
Right. Who's involved in the Sept? Who are the 2 people in question? What is their reputation? How are they acting? Let's make that true a factor too. We've had examples of characters who skirt the line of the litany.
Yeah.
As long as, right? And so it's there's just so many factors. And again, this isn't a new topic. This is 25 years old. This is kind of old hat now. I would be surprised if you're going to go that way with your game because we're kind of beyond that as a society.
I would hope so.
Moving on.
Okay. Next, from Hush. In the actual play, the players can bank a rage to typically take a defensive action like a dodge. Are there any other defensive actions they could do with a banked rage And could a different physical attribute be used for that action instead of dex?
This is directly a me question anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, but not only that, by the time this airs, I believe you will have already experienced or seen some examples of that in the actual play.
I think so. I think Carly did something similar along these lines.
Yeah, no, I know she did. Fucking solid plays on that. Yep. But so I believe Timeverse, I believe that will have already aired by the time we get to this.
Okay. If not, it's about to.
Yeah, if not, stick around. Oops.
Yeah. Stick around.
I've always interpreted the banking a rage as any kind of defensive action in the moment.
That's correct.
And so by the end of the round or during the round, if I notice that my character is in a position to defend herself or someone else, I always go, can I do this? And so long as it's a defensive action, Porter usually lets it work out.
Yeah.
It's not always dodge, but...
And to be fair, sometimes logistically that doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's not... You can defend yourself because you're right there. Mm-hmm. But if half a football field away, Ricochet's getting cut in half by a dude with a fucking backhoe. I don't know why that's it. He's not even using he just happens to own one. We're getting into the deep lore. But
if I were tough and able to bend the earth out from under him, perhaps Porter would let me.
Yeah, but you're not, so you're not going to make that distance in time. But, if he's 2 or 3 feet away, it's situational at that point, which is why the asking is always appreciated. Mm-hmm. But it's a defensive action.
Solid.
Yeah.
So thank you, Hush, for that, because that's a little bit deeper one, and then again used for the actual play, upcoming BTA, blah blah blah. All right, next, this one is from Mac. In the melee section of the core book, it has a list of weapons and stats for them. I noticed that a knife is diff 4 and bigger, better weapons are higher diff. Do you have an idea of what they intended by this?
Well, yeah, because a knife is easier to wield and is closer. It's right there with the hand, right? It's a smaller weapon, so it's really just a very subtle extension of the hand.
I think the spirit of this question, knowing this individual,
what?
That if you are holding a knife and the person you're going up against has a sword or a spear, there is no way you're getting to that person with the sword or the spear with your knife. And that's the spirit of this question. Historically and in actual combat, you're losing that fight with a knife.
Well, see, I don't think that's necessarily true because it's quicker, it's lighter. I think at that point we're talking about the speed of closing the gap in terms of distance. The same way as if you and I are 2 feet apart, that knife is going to come in way more handy than the bastard sword.
Right.
Because I can't hit you with it. You're too close. You're into my range. So you're just going to prison shank me 30 times and I'm going to fall over and bleed even though my weapon's way cooler.
The bastard sword is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I think that what this is in part to the number crunching of combat that other systems have done, and I think this might be an implementation of that. Because I've seen situations where if you have a spear and you have a knife and you're 5 feet apart, that spear is going to win. But if you're up in that person's space, the knife is definitely going to win. In other systems I have played, they've number crunched that to hell and back. You get +1, +2, +4, and circumstantial bonuses and all that other stuff. I feel like this is a implementation of that, and I feel like doesn't really need to happen in Werewolf, is because you're big, 9 foot tall murder machines, and a lot of that is superfluous, considering that you can regen damage the way you do, narratively and mechanically. Honestly, I think this is just one of those things that oddly has been fallen way off the wayside. Because I've seen it in the books and through my readings, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I just want to know if claw, knife, gun, or bite. Let me know.
And if you're a storyteller who likes to be particularly historically accurate with your weapons, you can make a discretion because you're allowed to do that as a storyteller and make that a difficulty 5 if you really feel the need. Just make it known before everybody starts buying knives.
Well, and I think a little of that gets in the way when we're talking about first of all, different games, right? Because something like D&D or even Hunter, maybe, yeah. But anything in your D&D suite, it's a different animal, right? And that does make that kind of thing makes a bigger difference. I know there are optional rules in possibly in 20 as well, probably in 20 as well. I know in Revised that talks about modifiers for different lengths of weapons and advantages and situations like that, which, sure, I'm not opposed to. I just think it overly complicates things and gets in the way of my combat system. Again, it's extra shit we're adding.
Right.
But I mean, I think, again, you got to factor in the fact that, in Werewolf in the World of Darkness, combat is very quick. I'm not sure what it says for Hunter or Mage or whatever, but I know in Werewolf, you're talking, your turn is a matter of seconds. And it's single digit seconds, by the way. That's why when you're giving orders in battle, and you've known we've done it, Danny.
Yep.
You will be counted. You get like 5 words. That's the best you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's another turn to do it.
Yeah. If you can't say said statement in under 4 seconds, it doesn't count.
Right, because you're doing stuff too, allegedly, right? So it's got to be like 5 words or less, But because of that, like not everyone's going at the same time. So like you can have that spear. Right, like I can have that spear going for Danny, but if it's Danny's turn, it's Danny's turn. I just stand there moving in slow motion, right? Well, he swoops in with his knife and fucking cuts a mouth in my stomach.
Yum.
He puts a smile on, I don't know what.
I like it.
So I think that's where initiative, turnover, speed of the character, things like that factor in a lot more. But again, it's your world, and there are rules, alternate rules suggested to accommodate it, and just like I'm said, make sure everyone's aware of what you're doing before you get started, and that's always the case regardless of what it is.
Agreed.
If you're changing a rule, make sure everyone's aware. Don't ask their permission because you're the storyteller and that's how you're going to run the game, but make sure everyone's aware.
Okay, thank you, Mac, for that question.
Thanks, Big Mac.
Now we have a small list from none other than CJ.
Yes. Breaking news.
Sent all the way from the killing fields.
Right. He managed to get some word out to us from the undisclosed location that Phil has him in.
Somewhere along I-45.
So CJ is asking, let's say there is a cairn whose totem is prehistoric lion, similar to white lion, if not a related spirit. What sort of communication could you foresee for this cairn as they try to incorporate members from other tribes?
I love this question for several reasons.
Go ahead first, then. Maybe first and last.
More ritualistic. Because if this is prehistoric, communication skills and elaborate kind of levels of just like speeches, like with the Kinderheart thing. We open the open sky. Kinderheart, bless that. That kind of level of talking would be less of a meaningful kind of interaction in my mind. And the idea that the proper offerings and the levels of sacrifice and or presence of worshipers would matter more. Because in those eras, like, moots are designed behind those kinds of rituals where a moot is like a festival. Every member of the community should be there. And these proper rites need to happen. So if it's something that level of prehistoric, that would matter more as on top of the, like, sacrificialness, rather than just goofy words. No, I want presence. I want worship. I want sacrifice would matter more. And that's going to be a problem in my mind with the juxtaposition of modern era interpretations on how to run a moot or run a cairn, personally.
Interesting take.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know how much now. this briefly came up in our Discord. And I thought it made a really interesting thought experiment. And I brought that up, and people were not having it. It's interesting that you went that way with it, Phil. I think it speaks a lot to the intent and style of the storyteller. Especially with the gut reaction, right? For me, I immediately think about the greater implication. Because now if we have a descendant or a relation, right, to that lion, that's the White Howler's lion. And what does that mean in terms of that aspect of the cairn, or that aspect of the spirit? I think about how that works for relations in terms of like the Red Talons, for example, because as we know, Lion, after the fall of the Howlers, joined up with Griffin's brood.
Right.
That aspect, that white lion, I'm using the quotes there, aspect, disappeared. And, the lion that remained, or the lions rather, but, went to serve under Griffin. So now we ask ourselves, is Griffin pissed because this might be an avenue for Lion to become a free agent again? Is Griffin excited to see his boy expand his power that he could take advantage of in the brood? Is he excited to see Lion stand up on his own again and is rooting his friend on? These are all very good questions, and they reflect how the Red Talons would react to this in very different ways.
Yeah.
Right. So already here, regardless of, whichever version you get, you probably got a chronicle or at least an extended arc out of that, right? Now let me ask you, how do the Black Spiral dancers feel about a relative or a fragment of their former totem rising up into power again? Certainly that's going to be a problem for them.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't even think of it Black Spiral dancer-wise.
Yeah. And not to mention, what do the quote, Garu High Command, whatever the fuck that means, but the upper echelons of the elders across the nation feel about this? Is this a portent to something dark? Is this the shining beacon of redemption? A path for maybe reclaiming something lost? Or is this Anthelios 2? Is this the other Eye of the Worm?
Oh, there's a lot of implication there. Wow. Oof.
I really enjoy that last part. Is this a new prophecy? Is this a new omen beckoning in this new era? Because something that old is not looked upon in literature in general as something good. You know what I mean?
Right.
So with the superstition of the Garu, where can this be taken? Generally speaking, change is not accepted, and the Garu are definitely not going to accept change lightly. So yeah.
No, they are definitely. The Garu are absolutely resistant to change.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a really fun thought experiment. I like that.
Right?
And Phil, I like that idea of it being pretty ritualistic. I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
Solid answers. Solid question. Thanks, CJ.
Right?
All right. And the next one from DJ. If you all watched, read, or listened to anything recently you've been really digging and could recommend giving a shot.
Watch From.
Good call.
Like, I'm not even going to tell you anything about it. Just fucking trust Porter. Fucking, do I let you guys, am I in the habit of letting you guys down?
Not once, ever.
Watch From. Watch the pilot, and you're going to go, damn, I want to see more of this, or you're going to go, it's not for me. Fine. You're going to say that. You're going to say the watch more thing.
I'll go with, for all my fellow elder millennials and also Gen Xers here, Chevelle just dropped a new album. There you go.
I like how you included Gen Xers there.
You're right. I did. It's Chevelle.
No,
fucking awesome.
I'm just pointing it out because I'm before M and Phil. But the other day, Danny hit up something in Discord, and he's like, "Oh, you millennials out there, specifically millennials, just to remove me from the fucking conversation."
I didn't remove you from the conversation.
But he's like, "Well, how come you didn't get?" Because you said millennials specifically. You cut out these people. You cut out these people. I only want to hear from these specific 8 folks.
A specific 8. There's way more than 8 of us
I'm
in this
not
fucking
counting.
server.
I don't care. I was just pointing out how specific you were, and now you've made a point to not be.
Yep, you're
Because
right.
I gave you so much shit
You're
about
goddamn right.
Wow.
How about you two?
I highly recommend reading wise. If this is not recent for me, but I know CJ will appreciate this. The Dresden Files, specifically the second book, Full Moon, because it goes into a lot of werewolf stuff, and it's just a really fun read in general. And I highly recommend the series in its entirety. Music wise, listen to Clutch. It's my I'm just going to tell you to listen to Clutch because it's my favorite band, and I get a lot of inspiration from their music. Show-wise, watch Golden Kamuy, spelled Kamuy.
I'm sorry, Phil, did you say Golden Canvas?
I think he said camels.
GOLD.
So I want more people to talk to about Golden Kamuy than just one person in 8 years, it feels like.
All right, Em.
So I tried so hard with the Dresden Files. I really did. I read the first one. I got myself through it. I cannot stand Dresden. I'm sorry. I read the second book. Much better. Really, actually kind of good. And then halfway through the third one, I had to sit it back down. I haven't been able to finish the third one.
You know, if it helps, CJ tells me that the show is way better. And he's not here to refute
Come
that.
on. I am.
You can't refute what CJ allegedly said.
You know, CJ actually told me that the show was better, and I did watch it.
I don't think that's true.
I actually did watch it.
No, I believe that you watched it.
Yeah, I don't think CJ said it was better, though.
Or if he did like I just did.
Yeah. And I do not recommend the show.
Okay.
Having read some of the books, I don't recommend the show.
On a 10 scale, how mad do you think he's going to be when he hears me say that? I'm so excited.
7.5.
I'm so excited. I so rarely get to screw with you guys like this.
I say 7.5 and not like a 9 or a 10 because he's still gonna laugh at it.
Oh, of course he is.
So he's not gonna be super pissed, but
Look, the illusion fell away pretty fucking quickly. But his initial reaction is going to be worth it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's going to be so mad.
But in reality, I do love a good book on tape or audiobook. And so I'm re-listening to the Alex Virus series. That one is a lot of fun. I highly recommend that. If you like a good book, you can also read it.
All right.
By Benedict Jacka. And he is writing a new series right now as well, which is also really, really good. An Inheritance of Magic. That one's also really fun to listen to and read.
That sounded like a Star Wars Deep Lore character.
Fair.
It did though.
That's not your fault.
It just sounded that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he named himself after Salacious Crumb's cousin.
Yeah, I really enjoy Benedict Jacka's writing, so listen to one of those two series if you like fantasy. They're both like magic fantasies, but his magic in his world has pretty hard rules that the characters follow. It's not super whimsical and loose. It's pretty tight and it makes a lot of sense.
All right. Next question from CJ. What's a proper kaiju look like to you?
I don't know, Godzilla? What are you asking, guy?
It's like, what does that mean?
Anything bigger than a building.
Anything? Like another building?
Great.
Any creature bigger than a building. Because at that point in time, if it's a robot, it's mecha.
All right. If you got to have a beer with any one of the NPCs from the actual play, or one of the players that you've played or met in game, who are your first three choices, and who's the designated driver? Oddly specific and weird question, CJ.
I've got the best answer. So.
Oh, you're last then, huh?
Yeah, I am. I'm last.
I'm going to go with La Magnifique. I just want to sit down and have beers with the entire... And I'm probably...
He said 3.
Yeah, that's more than 3.
All the rules.
Fine.
Get it right, Budnick.
Mia, Bodhi, and Carter, and I'm sure that would just force me to be the DD.
Fair.
Me personally, I would like to sit down and have a beer with Farfor or Falling Leaf at Twilight. Barring either of those, Falling Leaf at Twilight's alpha.
Why thrice wise?
Why thrice wise?
That is cheating.
He was mentioned in the actual play. Thank you.
All right. All right.
Gets it on a technicality.
The designated driver, though, I think would have to be Carly, because Carly doesn't drink.
All right.
Phil?
Oh, well, I don't play in it, but
You're here.
M kind of stole my, yeah, I know. M stole my answer, partially. It would literally be Farfor and Falling Leaf. And because Farfor is my favorite character out of La Magnifique, and for very complicated reasons that I feel like I read so much into, but then I realized, no, they're justified. And then Falling Leaf, because I just love that character. And I don't know entirely. I want to have a beer with Bodhi, 100%. And in my mind, Bodhi would have the wherewithal because of his he may be a little bit of a dude, bro, but he's got some introspection and self-awareness that he'd see the drinking happening and probably might be the designated driver. It wouldn't be a forced thing. It would be like he had 3 beers, he's sobered up, and he's going to drive the rest of us home. I don't know why that's in my head canon at this gut reaction moment.
That's fair.
I'm not concerned you think his tolerance is that low. 3 beers?
Maybe 6. I don't know how long we're drinking.
I'm just saying. Fucking. I remember being 16 too, buddy. Jeez.
I remember my first beer.
All right.
I don't.
Nice. That was a good time then.
Yeah.
As far as my answer, I think it's really the only answer. Appreciate what you guys came up with, but I think the best answer, the only answer is Ricochet, KT, and Doug. And I'll be the DD, and I'm just going to keep flying drinks till they start making out and Ricochet loses his mind.
I would frenzy.
Yeah, yes you would.
And I'll kill Doug.
Maybe. You don't know. Maybe you end
Or your
up,
butterflies.
right?
I'll know he's a spiral and for sure by then.
How will that work?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
My suspicions will be eventually answered if that was the case.
He's just praying to Gaia, please make him a black spiral dancer so that I can kill him.
Right.
Gaia,
That's kind of what is happening, yes.
Please make him evil to justify this shit.
Yep, that's kind of what's happening in my mind. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See. Now, I bet you thought I was going to say Night Thing and Carly.
Yeah, I kind of did. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's very kind and sweet.
That's
of
a
you,
nice
man.
misdirect.
Yeah, fuck you. All
That's some
right.
ass backward shit, man.
Yeah, a little bit.
To pray to Gaia to hope someone's a BSD. What the fuck, bro?
Right? Rico got problems, yo.
All right. Thank you, CJ. He's got one more, but so before the one more, thank you everybody else for all the questions. Junk drawer, keep them throwing them in, keep putting all those. You want us to answer them? We'll do it right on air. Here it goes. So the last one from CJ is: everyone's doing okay? Can I please get out of this basement? I promise no more mutiny.
No.
Well, there that is. And with that clears out the junk drawer, actually.
Yeah, I cleared it out this time.
That's the backlog. That's everything. So we will have to empty that out like tonight or tomorrow. So please keep them coming. You have questions, we'll have answers for you. Go ahead, put them in we got a special room for them in our Discord, which you can find the link to in our forums. And you can find those forums at our website, which is RageAcrossTheInternet.com.
.com.
.com.
Excellent. And, if you like what we do, you want to keep supporting us, you can head over to our Ko-Fi. That's ko-fi.com/Rage Across the Internet, all one word. You're welcome, man. Where you can join our backer team, one of the various levels. We got some pretty nice gifts for you there. And you have just recently listened to the redux of our first series of postmortems. That was Into the Breach. You were there. You can continue the adventures of the Bitches and Brews pack through the bundles there. And then pretty soon we will be adding in the Virginia games, which predates all of this. And that's the adventures of the GMC pack, which you'll hear feelings about. But it's a good time for all. We hope you enjoy and continue enjoying. We'll see you next week. Phil.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for being here.
Pleasure being here. Thanks for having me back. This is a lot of fun.
It is. It's good to have you. Danny?
Especially for a junk drawer. Junk drawers are super fun to have you on.
I was surprised and I was nervous, but I just fell into it because I love these kinds of discussions. They're always fun.
Right? It's good stuff.
Absolutely.
But that is our time. So on behalf of everyone here, we want to say thank you so much for supporting us. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. And remember, take care of everybody out there. And it's ill-advised to judge someone off of a bad day. We all have bad days. You take care.
Spider M. Does whatever Spider M does.